Sound production, take one.
Okay, I'm going to take it from a designer's angle now. I mean, as a designer, when you come up with ideas, it typically just lives in your head or within your team, and you don't even know how it applies in the real world. Now, the model is typically the first contact to human, like proper customer or client or person interaction. And then because the model is typically deemed perfect or a particular look and feel, like you already know what the model type will be, it also doesn't give you an idea as to how the person that lives in the cloth will feel. That's where the muse comes in, because that person typically has maybe a career other than fashion and lives and loves fashion, enjoys it, and they can bring invaluable insights into the garment itself. Okay, for example, probably it's not sitting quite well, they feel certain tug somewhere, they can share that with you. Your model might not give you that insight, but the muse will bring that. They'll bring a whole different look, a different direction, different insight into each garment.
Yeah, like I think everything Ejiro said, I mean, I definitely agree. And I think maybe just to add to that as well, I would say like the muse, depending on, you know, there's obviously different muses. There's women in the corporate world and in entertainment, in music. So it just depends on what industry they're in. But I'd say women in entertainment, for example, just help to kind of give the brands more visibility and just allow the industry to kind of have more fashion going on within it, if that makes sense. So if you've got like actors and they look amazing all the time, it's all thanks to our amazing Nigerian designers. And then the models, like when we go to fashion shows, for example, we get to see them in these incredible clothes and we're like, oh my God, I want this, I need to speak to the designer. So it's a synergy that just really works and just helps to build the industry, I mean, as much as possible, and, you know, helps to give it international acclaim as well.
Okay, from my own perspective, I feel like I get to experience the designer's design and whatever their head is at from the beginning, because I get to wear the clothes first. So it's more of a privilege for me to see what they are really up to in their mind and what their brand stands for and how they want their brand to be in aspect of what the clothes looks like on me. So I feel like the collaboration really starts from the model to the designer, then the muse. Yeah.
How does it help? I think we kind of analyzed that in the first question a lot. But for me, it's just that extra insight, really. Like, because with the team, it's 1D, is whatever you guys are thinking. And then by the time you bring in the model, like even by the time you start with fitting to fashion ring, you start to see the clothes in a different light. And by the time they've gone on the runway and you start getting maybe actors, actresses, different people, musicians wear the pieces, you can start to see layers to it and know that, okay, maybe the sleeves doesn't work here or add sleeves here. And then by the time it gets to retail, it could be a little bit tweaked, but something that feels more comfortable. So it works all the time. And I mean, to release incredible lookbooks, I need the models to have this amazing show where I can really tell my story. To get the story told at all, I need the models and the muses. So like the models, yes, for the shows, for the lookbooks, but for lifestyle, that's really where the muse comes alive. Like they wear it to events, they wear it on magazines, they wear it different things, like to create other fun things. And even if it's an actor, like by the time they're telling the story of whatever movie and they can pick your pieces and cast it, and that's somebody, that character, and you can dress this character and the character comes to life using your designs. It just makes it all wholesome. I think it brings fleshes it out fully. So it's not just one thing, you know, it's just a part of the whole creative ecosystem. And so by the time everyone comes together, it makes it full.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really fun when we get to work with designers for films. because that's when, you know, you get to become the character, and things that you probably wouldn't wear normally, you wear them for your character, you know? I would give an example, like the film I'm shooting at the moment, she's like, you know, a boss lady, and her wardrobe is very, very strict, you know? And my wardrobe normally isn't. It's a lot more, it's playful, it's sexy, it's, you know, it's fun. But this character's like very boss chick, you know? And I have to wear like a lot of suits from different designers and whatnot. So it's I love it because I get to see the work of our designers, and then, you know, it just also expands my fashion palette, exactly, because it's like, okay, cool, I love this, but now I'm like, oh my god, I really like suits. Like, for example, there's a suit I tried on earlier today at this shoot, and typically it wouldn't be my style, but because I've been wearing so many suits lately, I had it on, I was like, wow, this is incredible, I love it, you know? I saw this and I saw it on the hanger, I was like, this is really pretty, but instantly I thought to myself, I'm not sure if this is gonna be my style. The second I put it on, I was like, whoa, like I was absolutely in love with it. So I think that's what it does for actors and, you know, muses as well. I think it just allows you to kind of like, again, expand your fashion palette and just be more creative and more interesting outside of what you're usually known for, your safety net.
Well, I think the challenges can be like maybe when some things are not really fitting my body because of like either because I've added some more like flesh into like some part of my body, and then it's like the designers are like, okay, you might not like work for us, or you can't work for us because of like your body size. Even as a model, there are some designers that I can't work with because of what my body size is.
How does that make you feel, by the way?
Well, I won't. Well, if it makes me feel like, to be honest, I don't really think about it. I feel like whatever is for me comes for me. So I just go towards I just move on and then lean more towards the, like, the good part of it, because I don't really dwell on things that are not really working out for me, or that are not even really working out in my surroundings. But then for the opportunities, I would say I've gotten to meet a lot of different people I wouldn't meet if not for the fact that I'm a model. And I've gotten to wear amazing pieces that it also kind of like expand my style and my taste for like the kind of clothes I want to wear or how I want to be seen, aside the fact that I'm a model.
With everything in life, there are challenges, really. Because sometimes in fashion, people can be in the mood. Like, fashion can be irritable. I know I can be like that, like when it's crunch time, everything, like, and also you have an idea in your head and you want to share it and maybe people are not getting it, so you're like antsy and you're not comfortable. So that can irritate people around you. But I don't think it comes from a bad place. Some people, I mean, fashion can be, you know, everyone wants to be a bit weird or a bit extra. Yeah. That's the fashion language globally. But I like the more honest, more down-to-earth, human relations. I know that when I'm icky, it's because I'm in a weird place creatively, or it's crunch time, not because I want to have this persona that is unattainable. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah. That's why with my brand and with the stories I tell with my clothes, I like women to be comfortable. I like women to be seen. And I know that there are different kinds of women. There's not one woman. So my collection usually has range. It's not defined like, okay, you have to be this superwoman in a sense. No, everyone is a superwoman. So there's room. But I know that it can be difficult for people to navigate, and it can be challenging for models during fashion week, changing from one outfit to the other. And then when we're working with music sometimes, you know, I don't know, it could be maybe coming from set, they have this character that they're portraying, and then sometimes it comes out or rubs off on you. I don't know, you have these weird tensions, but I don't think it really lasts. I think with maturity, over time, people get to understand each other, like, okay, this is just work. It's not personal. And then you outgrow certain childish things. Right. Yeah, so I guess at the point we are at our careers, those things are no longer like major, but maybe in the first year or two, it was something that you could know that, oh my God, this happens, but now, yeah, we don't focus on it anymore.
No, literally everything she said. I feel like, you know, for me, challenges, right? Like, I think sometimes when, maybe you collaborate or something and you just have like ideas of what you want your outfit to look like and it doesn't turn out that way and you don't know how to properly articulate that without offending, exactly, or the stylist I would say that's a challenge. I would also say, like, obviously in my earlier years in the business, not so much now, just getting clothes from the designers I really wanted to collaborate with. Like there was a lot of like, I don't know her. Like there's no appeal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I know in my earlier years in the business that used to hurt me a lot. So like it used to bruise my ego and just make me feel like small, But yeah, not so much now because, I'm able to like collaborate with pretty much all the designers I really want to work with. And I think it's also just proving yourself as a fashion icon in the business as well. That kind of sells you too. So I would say those are like the challenges that I faced. From a fashion Muse perspective. I feel like, fashion designers working with models and muses is really working. I think the Nigerian fashion industry has grown tremendously in the last 10 years. What it was 10 years ago isn't what it is now. And now because of like the synergy that we have foreign people or foreign celebrities and people just looking at our stuff and wanting to buy all the time, all over the world. And I think that's absolutely amazing. Some of our fashion designers are now, appearing at other fashion shows, in the UK and in America, New York, I just think it's absolutely incredible. So I feel like it's something that's working. It's something that we're doing really, really well. And I feel like we should just keep capitalizing on that and growing it to get it to keep having that appeal globally.
And also it's more diverse right now. People who are now as skinny as I am are now on the runway. I think that's really good to see because I know before, if you are not like very skinny or if you aren't even tall enough, you can't be on the runway. But I really like how the inclusivity exactly is like everyone. I really like that.
Yeah, I love that actually.
Me too.
That's a good point. Yeah, I love that.
So like how do I think it will inspire the future generation? I think what the future really needs is education. And I think the more we have these kind of conversations, the more people get educated, the more their minds are open. And a lot of things that we have now, we've had in the past, but it was like it was available to an exclusive sect of people. So it's just opened up more, and I think that came with information. So my thing, what I preach all the time is more information, more education. You can never get enough of that. The more people know what the options are, know what is obtainable, the more it will open up their eyes. I mean, somebody watching this could literally say, okay, I can go on to do that. I can be that. Or I got to know. Like if a young actress now reached out to the Ejiro Amos-Tafiri brand and not right now. She knows it's not personal after listening to what Beverly said, and knows that, okay, with time and I focus on my craft, then that collaboration could come because there's gifts in time. So certain things that we want, it's not now. So the way we'll bless the future generation is that they get information that helps them through their journey so that as they become, they're not anxious, they're not weary, they don't give up, and they just let time do its thing and they become.
And it's even like a mini example for them.
Yeah,
since you are seeing me here, I think you can do it too.
Yes. And they don't have to go through the same things we went to necessarily.
Exactly.
Kind of like open the path.
Clear the road
Yes.
for the next generation. I agree.
I think it exists and has always existed. Like if I look back to when I was working in the industry, I mean, I worked at Tiffany Amber for a couple of years, and then I think it was Genevieve and some other people would have Muses. And they've kind of grown. And then I think Lamida Silva, I can't remember who our Muses were, but we had Muses not right now.
Yeah.
Not back
you mean
then.
back then? Okay.
Not back then.
Yeah.
So it's always been, I mean, the Nigerian fashion industry is old. I went to Yaba Tech, I studied fashion there, and that department is over 50 years old. So it's not like it's new, it's just, we have visibility now.
Right. Yeah.
There's more visibility, so it's more just more access to information. It's just going to make it more it's easy for people to dream now. But this has always been because, I mean, there is no designer without the muse, and literally no fashion brand expose without the model. So it will just bring it more to the fore. Like, people are more aware, like starting out, you know, this is a thing that I have to do. I want to have this brand. These are things that have to be in place. You're gonna need to work with muses, you're gonna need to work with models. It's a given, it's not new, but it's just, let's be more intentional.
Right.
Yes, I think, so that it will facilitate growth.
Yeah, I agree.